This is good. This is really good. Good morning from Ayampe, Ecuador. We are on the coast, past Montanita, on the way to Canoa. I'm spending 2 nights here, and this spot is very interesting. It's very small, not even a town, maybe a pueblo, but it was once a place that a lot of people from Cuenca came, had timeshares and weekend villas, but in the last, I don't know, 10 years has quickly turned into a very well-known surf town. However, one of the things that I noticed last night when we arrived was that it seems like there are 5 restaurants for every tourist. A lot of restaurants here. Not all of them are open, but I'm gonna try to hit up as many as I can. And then also there's like some interesting shops and things. And of course, there's this beautiful view here. It is gorgeous.
Thought I met you at the wrong time.
So this is the Sunday after the Guayaquil Independence Day. And so today is a day where a lot of people are leaving. Some places might not be open today, as the bulk of their business was probably Friday and Saturday. But that's all right, because Ayampe is really more of a beach town that you come to relax. Very chill. There are no clubs here. There are 2 restaurants here called El Paso. We are at El Paso number 2 for breakfast. It's a bologna, fried egg, coffee for $4, which is great because I've noticed a lot of the prices here are actually tourist prices. And then also the food here is much different because so many vegetarians and vegans come here. So even at El Paso 2, which is very much traditional food, they have a corviche, which is a traditional Ecuadorian snack that usually has fish, shrimp, or mixed. They actually have it here. They have a vegetarian version, and that is really to serve all of these foreigners that are coming here that are vegetarian, vegan. And also, if you get a juice here, they will ask you if you want no sugar in it. And that's because people like me, I'm a foreigner, I prefer my juice without sugar. So starting with Naranjilla juice. Naranjilla looks like a small orange, but once you open it up, it actually looks like a kiwi inside. This juice doesn't have sugar because they asked me if I wanted sugar in it or not, so you can actually really taste the fruit flavor. Relaxing day for me with just my drink and this view. That's Andreas chasing after some bird. Oh, wow, gracias. All right, so breakfast has arrived. Got this bologna de verde. So again, this is green plantain that is mashed into almost a dough. You put cheese inside. Sometimes there's also chicharron, but right now it's only cheese. We've got 2 eggs and a little bit of salad, which I appreciate. This is good. Definitely something you want to share unless you're really hungry. Like if you're like me, when I do these videos, I just like to share with someone a little bit of food, move on somewhere else. If I eat this whole bologna, and I've eaten a whole bologna before, I would be full until like dinner. All right, we are walking on the highway because last night, the security guard told us that some of the best food was in Las Cabañas, which is a 9-minute walk down the highway. That was definitely a river. Look how gorgeous it is here. We found it. And it looks like it's busy, which is a great sign. We're now at La Cabanita del Corviche to try some corviche, and they do it a little bit differently here on the coast with how they use plantain. So this is essentially a mashed plantain ball with fish inside that's been deep fried. However, it's a little bit more than that. So to make it here, what they do is they take plantain, they boil and mash half of it, and then the other half of the green plantain they actually just shred. And that gives it kind of a textural difference. So you've got some creamy, smooth plantain, and then you've also got this like this rougher texture to it. And then they mix it with some peanuts, and then they put raw fish in the middle, and they put the plantain around it, and then they deep fry it. This is very warm. Again, this is yet another very hearty dish. There we go. That's what it looks inside. It's almost creamy. I think that's probably from the peanuts. Andreas was just telling me, first you try it on its own. It's almost like a warm fish sandwich. You can definitely taste the peanut, but it's not too much peanut, but just like this creamy, nutty flavor with the fish. Then you put a little bit of lime juice on it, see how that tastes. Oh yeah. The lime really brightens it up. Now I'm just gonna put a little bit of ají. I have been burned, literally, my mouth from putting too much ají on things. On the coast, it's the ají here, the hot sauce is actually hot. I've burned my mouth. Oh yeah. It's spicy, acidic, creamy, chewy, fishy, all the things I like. Don't cut the trees, don't throw garbage. Love nature. I don't think this restaurant is open. It's such a shame because it looks like it could be really cool. Trying to find a snack. Not looking for a full almuerzo, actually looking for an empanada. It has not been easy because it's Sunday. A lot of things are closed. I think also because it's Sunday after this holiday and all the tourists have left, there are limited options. So this will be my first empanada de verde on the coast. This one looks so good. Whew. It has meat in it. Is it gluten-free?
Yep.
It is gluten-free. So if you're celiac and you're like, oh, I can't eat empanadas, that's not true. You can eat empanada de verde. Oh yeah. This is really good. The ground beef has some onion and some seasoning in it, some pepper, some tomato, super rich tasting. Not greasy at all. Like everything, it is always served with a little bit of pickle to cut the heaviness, although I didn't find that was too heavy at all. So there's some cabbage and carrot. So good. And it's such a treat to have house-made ají. But this is like the real deal. Not too hot. That was actually really great. Wait for me! Wait! So this is like Canada beach weather. Jacket on, pants on. It is cold here. I mean, it is October, so I'm not blaming it on Ayampe, but not like the sun holiday I had in mind. But you know what? It's still beautiful. It just reminds me of Nova Scotia. Oh, okay. Not freezing. Again, I would say it's like Canada in the summer. This is like Nova Scotia. So the landscape here, you've got the mountains and then you've got this river estuary with tons of birds, you can see them. And then it runs all the way down to the beach. And this beach is meant for surfing. Red flags are out to let people know that you shouldn't swim. I'm sure there are a lot of riptides. We've got some signs just warning people this is where they expect the hatching of the turtles, so to stay away. This is on Zoom. I'm not that close. Sea turtles are almost extinct in Ecuador, so there's a lot of preservation and conservation of people trying to help them survive.
Like strangers with no heart.
So I think we are going to splurge on waffles, but wanted to show some of the other things that you can get here. Actually, you know, there's a cinnamon roll.
Oh.
You want to go there? Is it 6 o'clock yet? We might have a cinnamon roll first. This is cruel. It wasn't open this morning. We saw it open, we're like, let's just check out the turtles and come back and eat here. And now it's closed again. I guess that's what happens on a Sunday.
All right, so at Los Orishas for dinner tonight, it's a pizza joint, also has a hotel attached to it. Anyway, this pizza place smells so good. You come in and there's the kitchen on one side, the dining room on the other, and you just smell like garlic and all of these fresh herbs and meat and tomato sauce and oh my God, I think it's already coming. On the margarita, they didn't have basil available, but they did have arugula, which I love just as much. So excited for dinner tonight. Cheese is good. Cheese is a funny thing in Ecuador. I think Ecuadorian cheese is fantastic, but sometimes when you get mozzarella or other things on pizza, it's not good. This cheese is amazing. We got a big bottle of Pilsner for $2.50, which is a great price. What is it in a convenience store, like $1.50?
Yeah.
Yeah, in a convenience store it's $1.50. They're selling it here for $2.50. They had bottles of wine for $20. That was a bit more expensive. I'm happy with beer and pizza. Good morning. Today we are leaving Ayampe, and I'm kind of sad about that because the sun has finally come out, and I think with beach towns, the sun being here versus clouds make just such a big difference. I have really enjoyed being here, even though it was kind of cloudy and humid the past 2 days, but the sun just changes everything. If we were not going to Puerto Lopez today, I would actually stay another day, and that's because I think Ayampe is the kind of place that you need to come and stay for 4 days.
Seasons change us. Maybe it's just me and mine worth.
So it's been interesting to talk to locals here about how this town is progressing, because it was once really a small village and now it's more of an emerging tourism town with a lot of locals offering vegan and vegetarian options for foreigners. And it still right now has maintained this sense of like small town, surfers out in the morning. There are no bars here, and locals have said that they do not want this to turn into Montanita. Now, I've only ever driven through Montanita. I've never stayed there, but every video I've ever seen or every reference to it is the Las Vegas of Ecuador, which for me signals it's a cesspool. Not a place that I want to go to. I know some people love it. I mean, you can have a good time anywhere, but that's kind of not my thing, why I'm in Ecuador. So I do hope that Ayampe is able to kind of keep this small town feeling while doing economically well through tourism. I hope.